What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Nice win tonight. That one felt, in a sense, like a bit of a boxing match where you guys threw a big first punch and they just kept kind of jabbing, chipping away. And then you guys were obviously able to finish it off, kind of take us through the waves of that game tonight.
Yeah, I think that there's a hard message yesterday, and we knew we needed to come out strong. So we had a good start, good push, but we know they're a good team. We knew they were going to come back in the second and third. So, they pushed hard in the second and the third, but we kind of hung on and got to overtime, and ultimately a couple good goals in the shootout.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in complexion between what we saw from Thursday night and what we saw tonight, totally different animal. What happened yesterday to kind of get this kind of performance going tonight?
Yeah, I think that none of us were happy. We all knew we had better. We all knew that that's not the game we wanted to play. So we kind of came out and tried to make a statement, show everyone like that's a one-off game, and it happens sometimes, but we're gonna move on from it.
Yeah, when you get that kind of a fast start, 2 goals in the first 6 minutes, I mean, it must feel like, okay, we got this kind of behind us now. And then, but there was Bakersfield. What did the last part of the third period feel like? I mean, it kind of looked like they were dominating play completely.
Yeah, I mean, we give credit to them. They're a good team. I think that they did push hard in the third, and I think credit to us too that we held in there. We didn't give up any goals. We, as the coaches say, bend don't break. So I think we were good at that, and I think it's a learning experience for all of us to learn how to play in those tight games coming down the stretch.
All right, man.
Perfect.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Pull that out tonight. Congrats, Nike. Nice win for the Firebirds tonight. The intensity of specifically that third period, even the latter half of the entire game, there was a lot coming at you. You saw a lot of action, a lot of time in the Firebird zone. Discuss, if you will, fending off what was a lot of shots and a lot of attacks from Bakersfield.
Yeah, we knew they are really good offensive team, and we are lose too much games against them, and I think we defense today good, and of course they have some chances, but it was great to be back in home for me, and then I think we and I did a good job than our whole team.
Yeah, you did, man. You did more than a good job. You did a great job tonight. You really kept the Birds in the game throughout the whole third period. Bakersfield, as you said, they're a good team. They score a lot, and it's a team that you've seen a lot. I think that was the 8th time you've played the Condors. For you personally, are you pretty familiar now with that team and who's good and where they are, positioning, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of guys, I feel like I know a little bit better what they can maybe do, but yeah, every game, every game is different, and need to be ready for everything.
Your second game back, did this one feel any different than the game the other night against Colorado for you?
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't skate a lot of with the team. So like Colorado game was little bit hard because I feel like my game. It's really like hard for to play because it was 6 weeks. But today feels pretty good and pretty normal. I am not maybe 100% right now, but I feel like I can play still good level.
A lot of great saves in regulation. How are you feeling going into that shootout?
Yeah, I said, boys, we are won every shootouts what we played this year. I think I have good confidence there, and I know we have many good shooters who score the goal, and if I do a couple of saves, then we win.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much, guys.
Hello.
Great win for the Birds tonight. Definitely a different level of intensity than we saw on Thursday night. What happened between the end of that game and the start of this game to give you guys that kind of jump?
I think the other night just wasn't our night. You know, we just weren't playing like ourselves, like you said. So tonight we kind of played more like ourselves, played a little harder, and, we got the 2 points.
Yeah. Was there anything that occurred, whether it be in practice? Was there anything that somebody said, perhaps you or somebody else, something Coach Laxdal said between then and now that resulted in this kind of performance?
We kind of just got together as a team and, said, we got 20 games left, right? So let's pull our socks up here a little bit and start getting some wins.
Start of the game, obviously very good tonight. A couple of goals early. And then it seemed like the tide kind of shifted towards Bakersfield as the game went on. But the other guys were saying you kind of expect Bakersfield to come back like that, right?
Yeah, they're a good team, right? So they have a lot of good players on that team. We may let it slip a little bit, but, at the end of the day, we got the 2 points that we needed, and that's the biggest part.
And you got to the shootout, and you'll never lose shootout.
Perfect.
Tim O'Brien today. Where's Tim O'Brien?
We got rid of Tim.
Family something.
Oh, okay. All right. Fellas, family first, right?
We got rid of Tim. So no more
Light
softball
crowd
questions that he throws at you. Now just tough questions. You must be proud of the boys after, Thursday night what we saw, and then a nice earnest comeback effort from Bakersfield tonight to come out and get the win against a good team.
Yeah, that's a good team over. They're one of the top four in our division. What does that say? That's how good our division is. They're a team. They skate well. They're big, strong. They're heavy. They move the puck well and they support the puck well. And we got out to a quick lead there. And then they found their legs and they got going a little bit. And we took on some water. But I'll give Coco a lot of credit. He kept the game close for us and he hung in there. And we got through overtime and then won it in shootout. So at this time of the year, you take the points any way you can get them. And obviously we got one going in overtime and. Getting in the shootout, I thought JR and Eddie did a great job of closing it, and Coco was great in the save. So move on next, get ready for Wednesday in Henderson.
Yeah, speaking of JR, I asked him, and I'll ask you the same, Coach, if there's something that happened, something at practice, something that was said amongst players, something that you said between Thursday night and the onset of tonight's game, because dramatically different team that we saw tonight. Was there anything that you noticed that happened or occurred or was said?
Two things. We're going through some sickness now with our team right now. I thought some guys gave some valiant efforts tonight playing sick. I'm not going to tell you who they were. And we've been sick for about a week and a half. So you kind of have to factor that into the equation in our group Thursday night, and then obviously last road trip a little bit. And then when you're sick, you're not playing. Just you're out of sorts, and our team's kind of out of sorts a little bit. So give those guys a lot of credit. And then we had a message that was delivered. Get ready for the game tonight. And I thought our guys had a great start, go right off the hop, and to get back on track. So two things there in that department.
Obviously, as the game went along, Bakersfield took a little more control tonight, particularly in that third, where they were all over Coco. Could that possibly have been some of those guys fading from the sickness as well?
They're a good team. They went into Colorado last game and they were down 3-0, and then they pushed back and won in overtime. That's how good they are. Like, they've got 3.5, 4 lines they can roll at you, and they're big and strong. A guy like Max Jones has played in the National Hockey League. Stillman, Brown, Griffiths has played in the National Hockey. They're a good team. They got 5 solid vets, and then I think they only got 2 rookies in the lineup, and their rookie's a first-round pick, Howard, who's a heck of a player. So give them a lot of credit. They've got a team built for success, and they had a push in the third period, and we made a lot of mistakes there. Probably I won't even watch the third period because you're not going to learn much, and you're not going to go back and rehash it. But I will cut the first shift of the game to be positive about it. But give our guys a lot of credit. When you can get points any time this season right now, what have we got left? 20 games. So you want to try and get as many points as you can, no matter how you get them. And
I was going to say, you said the other night that every game was basically kind of a 4-point game, playoff game atmosphere. To win this tonight has to give you a little momentum going into these last 20, right?
well, to the next game, right? We're going to give the guys a day off tomorrow and see where we are within the sick bay and see what we're going to do on Monday. But at the end of the day, it's just right now we want to manage rest and then get it. Like, we didn't have a pregame skate this morning, just to kind of take a little bit of that physiological load off the players and the mental load, right? Just one less time of putting equipment on so we can get ready for tonight. So at the end of the day, we have to look at things like that, maybe the extra day off here and there, especially for some of our veteran guys who have to kind of, they got to get up to speed every night and find their legs and get going. So, but at the end of the day, we'll move on. It's we haven't liked our home record lately. I think we're 1-5 in our last 6, 4-6 in our last 10, and that's not good enough. So we addressed that with our leadership group, and we just had to make sure we kind of dialed the guys in to get ready to go tonight, and we found a way to win, and now we move on to the next game. All good? Thanks, guys. Thanks. That was good.